I'm in. Still at Coney Island, here is Wally Ballou.
Steeplechase Park here at Coney Island. The surf is beautiful. I don't know what the water temperature is today. We were talking between ourselves, Mr. Gilmore and I just want to say for the radio audience, Mr. Gilmore, what I told you in private. That is that of anybody in this country that the Bob and Ray organization could have hired to handle the operation of the trophy train, the many details it entails, I don't think they could have found anyone to do the job better than you. Certainly a bang-up performance, and I'm sure you're going to last a long time with the train.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ballou. Let me also say, while we have this opportunity, that in addition to be golden-throated and blonde, I think you're dulcet toned. And I think that you're a great credit to your broadcasting fraternity. And as I say, I've been standing here listening to you broadcast now for these many weeks as you traveled with us on the trophy train. And I've come to have a high regard for your ability to broadcast. Now, let me just...
sounds like a mutual admiration.
Let me just go on for just one moment. You know,
okay.
To make a great interviewer, a great broadcaster, you have to be able to ask incisive questions,
right,
to bring out answers that will tell the story.
That's true.
Let me say that of all the broadcasters I've ever known and listened to down through the years, you ask the most important, incisive questions. You really get the story. It's been a pleasure for me to know you and to broadcast with you, Mr. Ballou.
Well, thanks very much, Mr. Gilmore. And whether it be Maryland crab cakes, fried clams, hot dogs, whatever, New England clam chowder, you're the most able food manager of any trophy train I've ever heard of. And what's more, you've made the schedule on time to every point on our destination map, and I'm sure that in the weeks to...
You know, it's so easy to take great broadcasters for granted. I'll never do that again. Not after I've seen the way you handled your broadcasting chores here on the trophy train. It's a monumental job you've done, one that will be etched into the Broadcasters Hall of Fame, I'm sure. And let me repeat, I hope I haven't said this too often. It has been a joy, a distinct privilege, a pleasure that I will long cherish. My association with you on this trophy train.
Goes double for me as far as trophy train managers. I hope I'll never travel.
Oh, what an adoration society.
Couple of idiots out there.
Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Yesterday, the motion picture made by the Backstages in Samoa, the musical version of Treasure Island, opened at Broadway's Summer Garden Theater. Now it's early the following morning at the Backstage home in Skunk Haven, Long Island, as they sit reading the reviews in the morning's papers. We hear?
And it is probably one of the most ridiculous turkeys I've ever seen.
Yes, that seems to follow the trend of all of these reviews. Listen to this one.
Yeah.
Never have such an unlikely cast been brought together to play the roles, the characters in Treasure Island. Certainly one to be missed.
Yeah, Mary Backstage ran the gamut of emotions from A to B. Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of discouraging. Of course, you have gotten paid for the work.
Well, yes, but there's one thing to get paid and another thing for artistic satisfaction. I thought it was a good movie.
I did too. I felt it when we were making it. I thought.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm a crepe hanger, but I had funny feeling about it. I thought you were miscast, particularly Pop.
Oh, has Ben gone?
Yeah, I don't think you were. I don't mean to be cruel, but I don't think you were effective in that part.
Well, at that point on Pop's head didn't help anything to create the character, I don't think.
Yes. Well, what are you going to do? It's water over the dam now. It doesn't make any difference.
Of course. We can't let a thing like that bother us. We've had bad reviews before.
They don't close a movie like they do Broadway shows if a review's bad, do
Oh, they'll milk it as long as they can, get whatever money they can at the box office.
they? They probably will ship it out to the suburbs, maybe.
Yes, or they might sell it to TV, you can't tell.
Oh, that's right. TV buys all those turkeys.
Yeah, it might go better on a small screen, come to think of it.
Yeah. Hey, that's a thought. Maybe they won't see so much of you pop on a small screen.
Yeah, maybe on a narrow telephone is ringing.
Oh, yes, you better get it, Harry.
All right. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? It's,
Hello.
hello?
Hello, I'm waiting to talk. Hello.
Yes.
This is Port Connection. I want to talk to the Backstages. This is the handsome Greg Marlowe.
This is Harry Backstage, beloved idol of a million other women.
Oh, good. This is Greg Marlowe.
Hi, Greg. Have you been waiting long for the call to get in?
No, we just had a little difficulty getting through there.
Oh, I see.
I'm calling from the city.
Yeah.
I suppose you saw the reviews on the movie, huh?
Yes, we've just been reading them here. They're rather discouraging.
They're funny, actually, some of them.
Yes?
I often get a bigger kick out of reading a bum review of a show than a good review, you know?
Well, they're usually more humorous. I'll say that for them.
Yeah, they were
What's he saying, Harry? Shh, wait a minute.
Look,
Yeah, Greg.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now let's come on.
No.
Here's the thing. I got some good news for you.
Well, that's help.
Hello.
Yeah.
I've been talking with a network biggie, and I think I've convinced him that take on you, Harry, and Mary, to go to Africa for a TV documentary.
TV documentary?
On,
documentary?
TV documentary?
TV documentary?
Yes, he said a TV documentary.
on Africa, and
Africa?
right.
Africa?
Africa.
Africa.
Yes, Africa, Greg says. Go ahead, Greg. Give me more details.
Could you be prepared to leave by Monday?
Yes, I think we could. Of course, we'll need a lot of safari equipment, I suppose.
Oh, I suppose you could pick that up. But I tell you what, I'll give you a list of what you need, and you make plans to take off Monday.
All right, that list could make up the program for tomorrow.
Fine.
Good. Nice to hear from you, Greg.
Good. So long. Hey,
Yeah.
did you read that particular review on the emotions A to B?
Yes, I did. So
I'll be
long.
in touch.
Goodbye. Well, Mary, get ready. We're leaving for Africa. And so a new adventure begins for our friends, just as their movie Treasure Island opens on Broadway. And you ought to be here tomorrow when we'll hear Mary say,
Your knees look so knobby in those shorts.
that's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Here in New York, across the country, Mr. Gilmore, up to Cape Cod and old New England. Everywhere we've gone, it's been the same story. Efficiency, quiet efficiency, smooth running, operational work, and all in all, a very successful trophy train. I want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
Once more.
Let me just say that I think that you have displayed such dedication in your broadcasting so as to bring credit not only to yourself but to others of the broadcasting fraternity. Now, I've stood here beside the microphone watching you do your work, working from just scanty notes, and how the flow of the language comes from you, how you have created such a word picture to describe the situation.
Excuse me just a minute, Mr. Gilmore. I would go as far as to say that if you went into any other line of work, any other kind of business besides managing trophy trains, you would do an equally creditable job as you have done here.
I want him to be quiet.
On this one. And that's about the picture right here at Steeplechase Pier in Coney Island. Wally Ballou returning.
And now, the Kraft-Weiler Industrial Cartel, producers of all sorts of stuff, made out of everything, invite you to widen your horizon.
Yes, friends, it's time once again for Widen Your Horizons, the award-winning public service program that teaches you how to lead a fuller and happier life by acquiring new skills. Our subject for this afternoon is how to brush your hair. And here to lead the discussion is Mr. Virgil Altgauer of the Upper Sandusky Hairbrush Company. I guess your firm is located in Upper Sandusky, Ohio, Mr. Altgauer.
No, our plant is located in Ponca City, Oklahoma. Our founder was Mr. Upper L. Sandusky, and that's where the name came from.
And I think I'm correct in saying that your firm is the largest hairbrush manufacturer in the country.
Well, I'd have to say I don't have the figures on that, but I'd be inclined to doubt it. We only have 2 other employees besides myself. One of them pulls the bristles out of the hogs, and the other one sticks the bristles under the brush handles.
Now, I understand things are pretty bad all over in the hairbrush industry. Is that right?
Well, yes, I can't deny it. Of course, things are bad all over, but there's a tendency among parents today to just let small children's hair just tousle. And that's left us with a whole new generation that doesn't know how to use a hairbrush.
Really as bad as that, huh?
We did a survey recently in which we discovered that only 1 person in 12 under the age of 20 could even identify a hairbrush.
Wow, gosh.
And that only about 1 in 60 had ever used one.
Certainly seems like there's need for education in the field, though. I see you've brought a brush along with you there. I guess you're prepared to give the demonstration, huh?
Yes, I've been preparing for the demonstration. You may notice that I didn't comb my hair when I got up this morning. I just left it unkempt like this until now.
Really is a mess, all right. Now, what's the first step in brushing?
Parting the hair is the first step. Now, I happen to part mine in the middle, as you notice, so I brush all of it on one side this way, and all of it on the other side that way.
Mr. Altgauer makes a neat part in his hair now. What's next, Mr. Altgauer?
The next step is to flatten the hair to the head, and that's done with a brisk motion like this.
Mr. Altgauer is now brushing very briskly.
What was that? Hey, I thought I saw something fly through the air.
Well, yes, it appears that your toupee flew off. It's down there by your feet.
Oh, my gosh, this is terrible. The boss thinks this is my own hair, you know.
Well, it's obvious you're as bald as an egg, Mr. Altgauer.
Oh, I'll probably lose my situation. The company I buy my wig paste from is going to hear about this.
Well, I'm sorry things didn't work out any better for you. You've been listening to Widen Your Horizons. Our guest speaker today, Mr. Virgil Altgauer of the Upper Sandusky Hairbrush Company. Copies of Mr. Altgauer's remarks may be had free of charge from your local representative of the Croftweiler Industrial Cartel.
As a public service paid for by the Philanthropic Council to make things nicer, we invite you to spend another educational session with the idol of the nation's youngsters, Mr. Science. As we look in on the modern, well-equipped laboratory today, we see that little Jimmy Schwab is just arriving to watch Mr. Science perform his latest fascinating experiment.
Well, there you are, Jimmy. I was afraid you might not get here in time to watch me perform my latest fascinating experiment.
Oh, I ran all the way from my special class for underachievers to make it, Mr. Science. What fascinating experiment have you chosen to perform today?
Well, Jimmy, you catch your breath, and we're going to compare the specific gravity of some common elements we all use every day.
Oh, wowie two-shoes. I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Science. I thought all gravity was fairly specific.
Well, don't let the terminology confuse you, Jimmy. Specific gravity merely refers to the numerical value we placed on each element in proportion to its ratio to an equivalent volume of water.
Oh, joy and excitement. But I don't understand that even worse than what you said before.
Oh, that's all right, son. I'm sure the whole principle will become very obvious once we've performed today's experiment. By using our modern laboratory equipment, Jimmy, we're going to compare the specific gravity of 2 common metals. Now, here I have 1 cubic inch of lead, and over here 1 cubic inch of aluminum. Now, which do you guess is heavier?
Well, gosh, all hemlock, Mr. Science. That's a tough question to answer, especially for me, because I can never pronounce aluminum and aluminum. I can't say it.
Well, even if you can't say it, Jimmy, we wouldn't know if that was the right answer until we'd compared the 2 scientifically. We do that by using this laboratory device.
Jeepers creepers, that's a wonderful laboratory device. Does it have a name, Mr. Science?
Yes, this device is called a scale.
Great day in the morning. We've got a scale in our bathroom at home, Mr. Science. But you don't have to crawl up into a little brass dish like that to weigh yourself.
Well, this is a different kind of scale, son. Now, first we'll put a cube of aluminum in the tray on one side.
Jiminy Christmas, look what happened. The tray dropped way down. So that means the aluminum on one side is heavier than the nothing on the other side. Huh, Mr. Science?
Well, yes, it is heavier than nothing, Jimmy. But if you'll remember, that's not what we're trying to discover in this experiment. We were going to compare aluminum with lead. So I'll now put a cube of lead exactly the same size in the other tray.
Great, jumping Jehoshaphat. The tray with the lead has dropped down much lower than the other stuff, even though both appear quite similar to the naked eye.
That's right, Jimmy. Now, do you understand what we've proved?
Holy mackerel, I'm not sure. It's either an awful good magic trick or else you've possessed strange powers that should cause me to fall on my knees and worship at your feet.
Oh, well, actually, son, there's nothing mysterious about this if you understand the laws of specific gravity. You see, the lead pulls the scale down farther because its specific gravity is almost 8 times greater than that of aluminum.
Crime on Nettleys. That's sure a whole lot greater. I'll bet I'd have to drop the whole box here on top of the aluminum to make the scale even again.
No, don't move that box at all, Jimmy. It's part of another project I'm working on. Leave it alone, boy.
Well, I won't hurt it. I just want to see it. This session with Mr. Science was brought to you as a public service, paid for by the Philanthropic Council to make things nicer. And here with us once again to set the stage for today's thriller is the noted lecturer and world traveler, Commander Neville Putney. Well, Commander, I'm sure you've reached into your amazing file there and brought forth another tale, well designed to keep us all in anxiety.
Yes, indeed I have, young man. It's the factual account of an ordinary middle-class American couple living uneventful lives in a typical medium-sized city. For years, they went quietly about their daily routine, never dreaming that fate had singled them out for a terrible rendezvous with anxiety. The central figures in today's story are Bertram and Bertie Wingstop. They lived very conservatively on Bertram's modest salary as a poodle trimmer, and eventually they were able to buy a large old house that no one else seemed to want. For a time, their lives were happy and complete. Then one evening, Bertram returned home from the kennel to find Bertie in a state of terror.
Oh, Bertram, thank heaven you're home. I'm in a state of terror. I've been hearing strange sounds in that vacant room upstairs all afternoon.
Well, I'm sure it's just your imagination playing tricks on you, Bertie. You've been edgy ever since we bought this house for half the price we expected to pay, simply because no one else wanted it.
Well, I think there has to be a reason why we're able to buy it so cheaply. And from the strange way the neighbors look at me, I'm sure they know what the reason is.
Nonsense. I simply drove a hard bargain with the real estate agent. Incidentally, were those footsteps and clanking chains I just heard upstairs the same strange sounds you were mentioning a moment ago?
Yes. There's someone or something in that vacant room at the head of the stairs. I just feel it right here.
Bertie, there's nothing in that spot where you're pointing except your pancreas. Now get hold of yourself. I'm sure there's a logical explanation for all of this.
Yes, Bertram, there is an explanation, and we both know what it is. This frightful old house is haunted, and that's why no one would move into it.
Well, I admit there have been some strange stories told around the kennel about this place. Some say the former owner was locked in that room upstairs and left to dehydrate. But you know the kind of stories they tell around a poodle parlor. I'm sure there's nothing to them.
Well, I'm more inclined to think that you're a coward who's afraid to face the truth, Bertram. But I must tell you, I'm leaving this house and never coming back, unless you go up to that room right this minute and get rid of whatever's driving me mad.
Oh, there. How about that for a story to keep you on the edge of your chair, young man?
Wow, boy, it really had me in anxiety every minute, Commander. But you just can't leave us all to wonder about the unknown. Did Bertram ever go up to that room and discover what was there?
Oh, yes. And once he did, he and Bertie had a good laugh about it for years to come. You see, they'd both completely forgotten that they took in a roomer who was living up there. And, of course, he was the one they heard walking around overhead.
Well, Commander, that's ridiculous. I can't believe that people would rent out a room and then forget about it. But even if they did, that wouldn't explain the clanking chains.
Oh, but it would, young man. Perhaps I neglected to mention it, but the roomer upstairs was a locksmith who often brought work home from the office with him.
Well, that's completely absurd. I swear, every time you make up one of these stories, it's more loony than the last one.
Insolent young upstart, all of these true stories are brought forth from my amazing file.
Yeah, well, for my money, you and your amazing file should both be locked up.
That'll be quite enough of that. Now read the closing announcement before I have your name put on report.
Well, okay, but you can't imagine how silly I feel doing this. Friends, be sure to join us again next time when Commander Putney will again reach into his amazing file and bring forth a tale well designed to keep you in anxiety.